Hey there. I was wondering, what's the most spoken language in Zimbabwe?
That's an interesting question. Zimbabwe is a diverse country with several languages spoken, but the most widely spoken language is Shona.
Shona, huh? I've heard of that before. How many people in Zimbabwe actually speak Shona?
Well, Shona is the native language of the Shona people, who make up the majority of Zimbabwe's population. It's estimated that around 70–80% of Zimbabweans speak Shona as their first language.
That's a significant majority. What about other languages? I've heard of Ndebele and English being spoken there too.
You're absolutely right. Ndebele, also known as Zindebele, is the second most spoken language in Zimbabwe. It's primarily spoken in the southern and western regions of the country and is the native language of the Ndebele people. Around 15–20% of the population speaks Ndebele.
So, we've covered Shona and Ndebele. What about English? I assume it's widely used as well?
Yes, English is one of Zimbabwe's official languages, along with Shona and Zindebele. It's commonly used in education, government, and business. While not as widespread as Shona or Ndebele, English is still an important language in Zimbabwe, and a significant portion of the population is proficient in it.
That's interesting. Are there any other languages spoken in Zimbabwe?
Absolutely. Zimbabwe is a diverse country with several minority languages. Some of the notable ones include Kua, Kibarwi, Kalanga, Khoisan, Nambia, Shangani, Soto, Tonga, Venda, and Xhosa, among others. These languages are spoken by smaller ethnic groups and communities within Zimbabwe.
It's fascinating to see such linguistic diversity within one country. Does the government play a role in promoting these languages?
Yes, the Zimbabwean government recognizes the linguistic diversity within the country and has policies in place to promote and protect indigenous languages. They are taught in schools, and there are efforts to preserve and document these languages to ensure they continue to thrive alongside the more widely spoken ones.
That's great to hear. Language preservation is crucial for cultural diversity. Speaking of which, do people in Zimbabwe tend to be multilingual, given the variety of languages spoken?
Yes, many Zimbabweans are multilingual. It's common for people to speak their ethnic language at home and use English or another official language in formal settings. Being multilingual is a valuable skill and helps bridge communication gaps in a linguistically diverse society.
It sounds like language plays a significant role in the cultural identity of Zimbabwe. Are there any unique aspects of Shona or Ndebele that stand out?
Absolutely. Both Shona and Ndebele languages have rich cultural and historical significance. They are not only a means of communication, but also a way of preserving and passing down traditional stories, folklore, and customs. Each language has its own unique features and dialects, adding to the cultural tapestry of Zimbabwe.
That's wonderful to hear. Language is such an integral part of culture. Are there any efforts to promote intercultural communication and understanding among Zimbabwe's linguistic groups?
Yes, there are initiatives and organizations that promote intercultural communication and understanding among Zimbabwe's linguistic groups. Cultural festivals, community events, and educational programs often provide opportunities for people from different linguistic backgrounds to come together, learn about each other's cultures, and celebrate their diversity.
It's heartening to know that there are efforts to foster unity and appreciation for diversity in Zimbabwe. Is there anything else you think I should know about the linguistic landscape of Zimbabwe?
Well, one interesting aspect is the influence of urbanization and migration on language use. In urban areas like Harare and Bulawayo, you'll find a mix of languages spoken due to the diverse population. Additionally, Zimbabwe's history of colonization and interactions with neighboring countries has contributed to linguistic diversity.
That's a fascinating point. Urbanization often leads to linguistic blending and the emergence of urban dialects. It's been enlightening learning about the languages of Zimbabwe. Thanks for sharing all this information.
You're very welcome. It's been a pleasure discussing this topic with you. If you have any more questions or want to delve deeper into any aspect of Zimbabwe's languages or culture, feel free to ask.